Does Crook need to be in lobby in order for us to do wall draft? Says Drakowski.
No, but he technically basic can lose a ban if he's not in the lobby.
Yeah, technically he needs to be, but most teams don't care. Hopefully. Like it said he was like 25 minutes in. So that's...
Yeah. It could happen.
Oh, he's against Gorilla Jones? The GOAT? Who's keepsake?
Might just be a manager or coach.
Do they have a stream?
They do.
Oh, where is this bet? I'm gonna post it in the chat to prove it.
Good. They got to choose.
They did post like a half hour ago.
I know. I posted. I thought it was funny. Okay, so they're blue side. Get the draft links.
I see.
Perfect.
I recently learned how to. I do not believe we have enough spots in this lobby.
I can jump out.
guess we're just chilling.
Yep.
We're all in order.
Oh, somebody right up.
How do you know that?
Draft link.
Oh, I forget that it shows. Schneider said R on draft right as you said that, and I was like, are you reading the lobby chat? That's incredible.
You know me.
You have some sort of superpower. Oh, good. Prod R. Oh, well, their prod was R. I didn't say I was R. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Aegis Champion League playoffs. Lower bracket round of 6. It's early on Monday. I got no sleep. We're very tired. It's a best of 5. So we're going to ease into it as best we can. I'm Maris, my co-caster's Lane. Yeah. What else? I think that's about it.
That covers it. I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. CCG esports taking on Radom Premier. Zigmund, Maokai, Rengar bands. Ziggs and Rengar are kind of interesting bands, but I mean, not unheard of by any means. And now into some more normal faces. Tristana on the ban list. CCG now the one last opportunity. Always interesting to see how everything develops over a best of 5. Also, how tired you get during a best of 5. It's a lot.
It is a lot. I'm hoping that it'll be a short one for all the RTM faithful here, but never know.
Well, I know we've struggled. We've played against CCG a couple of times, and I don't think we've beaten them in an official game. I don't know how we do against them in scrims or whatever. I don't have all the information. But...
And this is also different than the CCG that we played in an ACL as well. So
didn't we play against them in ACL?
We did in the Swiss.
Lost.
We won.
In NACL.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I think we lost them in actual ACL. I've seen this
Correct.
logo, and I've seen like Topo and Kitsuo, but they've also been around for so long. I don't know what I'm seeing anymore. We play them in cross group, maybe. I could have done some research beforehand, but I did not.
That'd be boring.
No, I guess not.
So CCG going for Rel here early. RTM gonna counter that with the Poppy pick and then the Rumble. So actually just straight up going for the Poppy, even without the, or they're getting rid of the flex opportunity basically. So
I think we played Topo and Kitsuo's team and CCG during Swiss. Is maybe what I'm thinking of. I don't know. I'm a little boggled. But yeah, Zaya gonna be locked in. Could pair with the Rel. Could not pair with the Rel. Who knows? And Ort.
and that's just gonna be as a response to the Rumble. I mean, Rumble should have kind of his way with that matchup, but definitely some opportunities.
Yeah. Basically, Rumble team fights better early. Like you hit 6, you hit like 6 through 11 is kind of your sweet spot with Rumble, and then Ornn gets better after that and can kind of exist in lane, just build some MR. It seems fine. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on that particular matchup, and Alistar is locked in.
This is kind of the Rel pseudo counter for bot. Can't knock her out of the W, as we've talked about before, but definitely not as strong as she once was.
I'm kind of interested whenever... I mean, there's a lot of supports up still. Like, Nautilus is still up. I guess that's really the big one. So is Rakan. So CCG could still go Xayah Rakan and put Rel jungle, but maybe you're not worried about Kitsuo specifically playing Rel. I don't know. It doesn't. Judging by the champion pool that you're banning against him, probably not a Rel jungle player. But you never know. Rengar Kindred Karthus. Doesn't exactly scream a Rel jungle player.
Yeah, definitely. I would be surprised if Rel Jungle gets flexed here. I think Rel does fine into Alistar and is just such a good support in that role. And I don't think you really get much out of flexing someone else to that support spot.
Veracephelios gone. So, what are you looking at? Kaisa, Ezreal, something off the table?
Yeah, it's probably Ezreal. Oh, Kaisa's still up. What am I talking about? I'm so used to her getting swooped up at early phases of the game that didn't even think about it.
It is nerfed Kaisa, so down a couple of pegs, like got a couple of items nerfed, got a couple of interactions nerfed, got her gigantic 2% decrease on her W refund when you hit it.
Right, but I think it was mostly to her AP building.
Yeah.
I think her AD is still very decent, and we are already seeing a lot of that play in ACL, and so not really surprised to see that come through. Orianna would be a pick that we haven't seen in a minute.
You say that, but we literally cast one a week ago, and I was upset about it, and I'm still upset about it.
Oh, that's right.
Because this champion just doesn't die. But we're back to Orianna and Ornn. Jungle, maybe some sort of carry jungle. It feels like you want a little bit of damage since you have Orianna.
Yeah, I mean, the Rel's a decent pairing for the engage here. Shyvana? It's going to be the lock. Interesting.
All right. Shyvana's really
Poppy.
fun.
Yeah.
With Orianna. We're already readying for the game, which is
with the last pick to
bizarre. With Rodham still debating their R5.
Wow, first time Xerath that we've seen from Max, so this could be interesting. I feel like Shyvana actually has quite a decent opportunity to kind of run things in this game if she can go through the early game kind of unscathed. You've got a good matchup into the Poppy. You're just going to be able to power farm. And then there's not a ton of CC. Alistar will be the main form of getting her out of fights with the headbutt, but I think you're going to have, whether you go AD or AP, I think you have a lot of opportunities with the Shyvana Ori combo as well.
Yeah, this feels like something where Rodham really wishes the AP build still existed almost. Just, you have a poke comp because you pick Xerath, and you have your kind of engaged denial with Poppy and Alistar. Like, it's a very traditional poke comp, except that you can't poke very well with Kaisa anymore. So it's just Xerath, and I guess you throw the Equalizer out there for some poke. But
yeah, especially later, because the ult cooldown is pretty low, so.
I got called goated by Boy Wonder in the game chat, so my life is complete now.
We can turn the stream off and go home. We don't need to do any more. Job's done.
I'm done. I'm satisfied with my care for the day. But yeah, now we get to watch the draft again. I'm saying that word a lot. Strap yourselves in. It's a best of 5. I'm on like 2 hours of sleep. I'm sure Lane's pretty tired as well after some shenanigans and nonsense that's been happening recently. You just traveled, right? You got back from out of town last night.
Yeah, it was Seattle, so it wasn't that far,
Okay.
but
I mean,
yeah.
but still, you always get home after a little trip like that, and it's usually hard for me the next day.
Yep. It was fun though. We went rollerblading, a roller rink, which was a blast. You ever gone roller skating before?
Is this where I flex? In high school, I was a state champion roller hockey player.
Yes, this is
Okay.
the time to flex. This is the one opportunity this conversation ever comes up. It is. I give you legal permission to flex.
I have rollerbladed a couple of times in my life.
I was wondering if the hockey fandom would surface itself here. So
Yeah. No, so I played ice hockey until my junior year when I broke my ankle, and then I played roller hockey after that. So,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you travel for games and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, as much as like, there was a fledgling scene in Colorado, so we went to Denver a lot. Basically, is what that meant. But
Yeah.
We had our home rink. There were a couple of games in Colorado Springs, and then a lot of them were up at Denver. But
Nice.
yeah, we did that. We went to nationals once, which was in San Jose. That was pretty fun.
Cool.
We took third.
That's pretty sweet.
But there were only 4 teams in our division, so that's not really that big of a flex.
What position did you play?
I played defense, but
Nice.
mostly left defense because I'm left-handed. But sometimes you flip over just to get the shot toward the middle.
That's a lot of fun.
But yeah, anyway, that didn't kill nearly as much time as I would hope. But we can reminisce about. God, that was 12 years ago now. I'm old. I'm old, lame. I can feel it in my bones.
We can feel it in our collective bones. Oh boy. We have the engineering summit at Twitch this week, so there's a bunch of engineers giving talks on random things at Twitch. So I've been sitting in like 4 or 5 hours of talks today. So my brain is a little sleepy.
That sounds both fun and really boring at the same time. Like
It's like a conference from home, basically, is what it
yeah.
ends up being, you know. But it's informative. It's just like, yeah.
Hard to stay focused after a bit.
Yeah, or more just like if you stay focused and just listening to people talk, it gets a little long. But it was fun. Very informative.
Yeah, I don't have anything exciting like that in my workplace.
No Chemist Weekly.
No.
We found a new Atom newsletter.
If only I'm working on anything that exciting. No. It's, hey, we made these pharmaceuticals, test them, make sure they have the right stuff in them. Yep, they do. Okay, cool. I mean, I cook meth for Fried Chicken Mogul. We do make ketamine, but, you know, no meth just yet. The last job I left was doing some methadone, though. So.
Whoa. There you go.
I worked briefly.
Making Adderall or something?
It was just straight methadone. I don't know what they were doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's wild. Okay. I just assumed.
No, they did a lot of controlled. Well, not a lot. They were getting into a lot of controlled substances,
And you were too.
Yes, of course. No, it's actually pretty intimidating. Anytime there's a controlled substance out, you get followed around by somebody who's DEA certified. There's only one guy at the old company, and he was the CFO. So
there you go.
He just you'd have to be like, oh yeah, I'm sure you have way more important things to be doing, but you have to watch me measure this out of this cup, write down my measurement, verify that I did the measurement correctly. Like, a little bit intense. It's hard enough to be accurate normally, but while you have somebody watching you, it's just impossible. That's relatable to like every job, though.
Oh yeah.
You can do things a million times, but as soon as somebody starts watching you, it's Jover.
I hate that. Well, we're gonna watch these guys, and hopefully they can, with the delay, you know, not feel our burdening eyes on them as we try to analyze their gameplay.
Yeah. premier team, unfortunately, kicked out of, not kicked out of, eliminated from NACL open qualifiers over the weekend. Finished 9th through 12th, which is really cool, really impressive.
Yeah.
Very proud of their performance overall. Now just see where we can finish in ACL, and then pack it up for a long winter, I guess.
Yep. There are rumors of the another ACL tournament, but not sure if we'll be entering that one or not. So get your looks in while you can on this group.
Yep, could be the last time that you see them live and in person. But here we are, on to Summoner's Rift for game number 1. On the blue side is CCG Esports. On the red side, Return of the Middlesticks Premier.
Items flying into pockets.
Yeah, nothing super out of the ordinary. Kind of interesting, the phase rush on Orianna. Just, why do damage when you could never do damage?
And never die.
And never die, but never do damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think the story of this game is going to be how does Kitsuo perform on the Shyvana. I think it's in a really good spot. There's a great supporting cast around, and they picked it into a good matchup. So assuming the lanes can get through the early game without dying too much, because they will be pretty unassisted.
Yeah, Detro gonna get caught. He looks for the engaged. Pup and Boy Wonder just scrapping a 2v2 here at level 1 as Renora Zero had walked in behind them. I haven't actually had time to look at that name and figure out what it is. Flash in for the stun. Pup flashes again, looking just for that pop, and he gets it for first blood. Now Boy Wonder in a little bit of trouble as Kitsuo has ghosted in to try to chase him down. Boy Wonder flashes away at the last second. The buckler from Drakowski keeping him topped off. Max comes in with the W and forces the flash out of the Xayah, and altogether a good start for Return of the Middlesticks. Yeah, the big thing to watch now is there's no summoners in bottom lane. All you've got are Hex flashes.
And they're going to see Kitsuo on this red buff, so I wonder if Poppy is going to try to finish this off and then go smite. Things can go bad to worse here if they invade on this level 1, and Kitsuo is not at a health to be able to do anything.
Didn't quite get the pin into the wall, but it didn't even matter because there's no ghost, there's no flash on Kitsuo. He couldn't smite away the red buff, and yeah, 2 kills for ROTM. They're on Pup and Drakowski. And you put Kitsuo behind? That's a great start. Yeah.
Remember that thing I said about things not getting wonky in the early game and the Shyvana in a good position to carry things? Well, it's going to take a little bit longer for the Shyvana to come online here. So ROTM off to a great start, already up 1 grand at 2 minutes. Can't ask for much better than that. So
yeah, that's definitely a good start, a little rubber stamp. We'll see if they can continue to snowball it. I guess you kind of get a free pass. So it's best of 5. We're settling in. Right. Your early game can't probably go that bad 2 more times, right? So it's almost a free pass to not tilt if you choose to see it that way, or a free pass to tilt if you really want to. But these guys have played billions and billions of games, I'm sure, so I doubt we'll see that immediately.
Yeah, especially at this level of play, you know.
Yeah, they're not.
You got 5 games. It's not a go nexter quite yet, but definitely not gonna feel too bad knowing that you have a game to give, you know.
Yeah, they're probably not TF played on the Korean server.
Oh my, no. Too soon.
That's just.
It's wild. So funny that he got all of his acquaintances banned because he got the IP from the hotel banned. That's so funny.
And then he went on Twitter to defend himself, and he's like, "It's a competitive game. I just flamed and got 3 accounts banned." And it's like, that doesn't defend you. What? No. Kitsuo's in trouble. Drakowski's found him. He's got the red buff. Ooh, the little step back. It didn't matter. The hammer shock is enough damage. Meanwhile, Boy Wonder in a little bit of trouble in the bot lane. He has the headbutt away on. I still haven't actually looked at this name. Boy Wonder low. Detro with the stun. Can they get the damage? Oh, just the last little bit on the Q. Puppe able to dodge through the feathers. He's still looking for the damage on. I don't know. Roro Noah. Pup gonna get knocked up. He gets caught, and Detro picks up the kill. All right, well, you throw back some of that gold that you got earlier, but meanwhile, Crook gets a kill on the top side. So, how bad is it? Let's look at this name, Ronoa Zero, Renoa Zoro. That's a lot of R's. Dragonmin low, Max, auto attack kill. Oh, the most deadly weapon in the Xerath inventory, the auto attack. The Xerath auto attack for the kill. I'm yelling that really loud. Max
He's
is...
good.
Yeah, he's got the Speedwagon, but Topo's coming over to finish him off. Kitsuo picks up his first kill of the game. He's still level 3, but he's not super far behind where Drakowski is.
Yeah, I mean, this has been
never mind.
incredibly...
Drakowski's 2-0. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. Let me look at the numbers very quickly.
Yeah, it's been a very bloody early game here. 8 kills already. Kills cross map, flipping back and forth. So things being pretty exciting here. Puppe really did not benefit from picking up neither of those kills and then losing a big wave as well. But the way it's bouncing and the way the jungle advantage is, they are going to get this first Drake pretty much uncontested here. And that's expected. Shyvana does want to fight for these Drakes, but definitely wants to do it after that level 6 comes in. And is going to be trying to farm up as much as possible before then. But Drakowski's got a great early lead here.
Yeah, and Max has been doing a phenomenal job in this mid lane. He's down a little bit of CS, but every time we look back, he's got the health advantage. And eventually you would imagine that starts to tell. Drakowski was in the bottom lane looking for something, but because of the minion wave, they're going to head back under tower and collect that one for now. And CCG's kind of fought it back a little bit. They're doing fine in farm. I mean, you have to look at them as ahead in the bottom lane, and then just a little behind in mid. Top and jungle could use a little bit of help, but you'll take that from where we started.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, it was an rough early game. Oh, a nice gank here.
Is in trouble. Yeah, that's a well-timed gank, and Max gonna take an extra tower shot, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, perfectly played there over the Raptor Pit wall, flashing in, landed on the wall there, and Xerath just hits from distance. That's going to be a nice, easy kill. 2 kills already in the Orianna in this early game, so...
Detro just didn't quite have the range on that lance. Otherwise, I think that they could maybe look for Boy Wonder before he hits level 6. Oh, they'll even get a little root onto Pup. That's gonna make it a nice trade as they get that everything into their tower. Smite away from Kitsuo. Drakowski just runs away with his steadfast presence.
There's been quite a big CS gap that's opened up here in the top lane. I mean, that it just comes with the rumble pressure. 1 kill already too, because Drakowski went up there to pay the Ornn a visit. But you just have a shoving lane, and it's hard for Ornn to deal with all that poke as well as pick up all the minions under tower. So
yeah, in this matchup, he doesn't get to build the items that really help him wave clear. There's
right.
no Bommy Cinder, there's no Sunfire Cape, at least for a while. For Topo, you just kind of have to sit on these Null Magic Mantles. And there's not that big... You know, if you're down early to one of those AD bruisers, you're just looking for your Bramble Vest plus your Tab Eye, and then you can exist in the lane. There's not really that equivalent for Magic Resist. Like, Merc Treads plus Spectre's Cowl isn't quite the same safety.
Yeah, and because Shyvana doesn't have great gank opportunities by themselves,
Yeah, a little 2v2 here. Drakowski. Oh, nice, that was cancel. Really nice cancel from Kitsuo. In comes the Xerath ult over the top just to do a little bit of damage. Detro interrupts Max on the last shot, but they've already picked up 1 kill. Kitsuo getting roasted now. Detro in trouble. Maybe he's going to flash in. They get the shockwave for the double kill. Well, not the double kill, but 2 kills for CCG. Meanwhile, that's going to leave Xayah by herself. Puppe with the Void Seeker fade away for another kill in the bottom lane, but... Rift Herald's going to go the way of CCG.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a decent trade for CCG. Unfortunate that Zoro fell here in the bot side in the 2v1. But RTM's going to pick up 2 plates and the kill for that, so it's going to be pretty even with the trade. But what we saw there is the Rel Oriana combo, and I think that's going to be really key for them towards the late stage of this game.
Yeah, Magnet Storm and Shockwave have a surprisingly similar AoE hitbox. Crook, no real chance to get out of here. He's got his flash. Does he have his W up? He's trying to zip away, get slowed and slowed and slowed and beat up, and he'll eventually get tossed back and shut down by Kitsuo.
Yeah, Crook should have definitely been expecting a gank there, knowing that they're on Rift Herald almost assuredly, so...
Pup is looking for the 1v1. Zoro doing all right to kite through it so far. Pup into the bush and the Featherstorm kill for Zoro. Boy Wonder just going to try to clean this one up. Just needs an auto attack.
Gonna find it.
I mean, he or the tower. His W will come back up. Yeah, something's going to happen.
Yeah, big thing is, even though Puppet wasn't able to find the kill there, Boy Wonder was able to save the wave, so he's not going to miss out much there.
I expect that to do damage, and then it doesn't. Sorry.
No worries.
Just a bit of everything in Dragonman's inventory right now.
Interesting enough, we're going to see... I think we both saw the same thing. The item for Shyvana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna be Frozen Fist there.
Is it called Frozen Fist now?
No, I just like...
Oh, it is Iceborne Gauntlet. Well, I think it upgrades to Frozen Fist with the Ornn item. We'll get to see that. Kitsuo's going to get knocked around a little bit. There's not really the damage here just yet. Drakowski going to send Topo away, and now the Equalizer coming out. Detro is in trouble, and now the Rite of the Arcane over the top for a little bit of damage. Pape tries to kite away from Kitsuo. The Ornhorn coming through just to try to disengage. Dragonman over the wall. Doesn't have Shockwave, so you don't have to exactly watch out for that. And it looks like RTM have secured themselves right to the pit, but this could still go poorly for them. There's no big team fight ults up for either side. The AD carry ults are about to come up. Shockwave's about to come up, but Boy Wonder pulls the trigger. Zoro gets bopped into the wall, and Crook takes him down. Pup still looking for an entrance on the side, but he's not going to be able to find one. They're turning onto Topo, which I don't know that this particular pair kills Topo in any reasonable amount of time. Detro's now back looking to engage on them. Crook is now finally getting into range. Pup finally finds his moment. Killer Instincts in, and they'll take down Topo. Can they still take the dragon here, or do they have to give up on the objective?
No, I think they'll be able to take it. I mean, Shyvana ult did come back up, so I don't know. But
well,
it looks
it's
like,
up, but he doesn't have
no
the Fury,
anyway.
so it doesn't matter. But yeah.
So RTM there, coming out ahead, gonna pick up the second Drake of the game, which is really big. Oh no!
Oh, they found Kitsuo, and eventually Drakowski will finish that one off as well. Everyone just hiding in bushes for everyone else. This is Drakowski able to interrupt the engage from Detro. Zoro getting some damage down. The pin into the Krugs will get him to safety for a little bit, and I think we're fine, finally.
Yeah, things settling a little bit. It seems like there's just a lot of fighting in this early game, maybe a little bit of skill checking on RTM's part. I feel like the fights have been super close, and RTM has just found the engages that they've needed to in the key fights, especially around the Drake, to pick up the kills and turn the tide of those.
Drakowski went Even Shroud, which is an interesting thing. I know it's fairly typical here. It's just kind of interesting. And yeah, Pup's headed for the more traditional AD build, so he's got Kraken Slayer in inventory. And we've got almost perfectly matching AD builds, so that's nice. Like to see that synergy. You have to feel a little bit bad for Topo. He definitely has purchased the whole garage sale and not really been able to complete anything. Yep. Boy Wonder is still looking for Zoro. Do they... Oh, I think had that Voidseeker landed, there actually might have been enough damage for Pup to look for it. Max is in a little bit of trouble. There's an angry dragon after him, just slowing him and beating his ass. And yeah,
I
as
think
happens.
this is going to potentially result in more. Oh,
Oh,
Drakowski saves it.
Drakowski. Yeah. Really good ult. Pup able to dodge the shockwave as well from Dragon Min using his Killer Instinct. And it feels like any... Oh! Never mind. Pup might not have been able to dodge everything. Boy Wonder in a little bit of trouble. But here comes Crook to lay out the red carpet. Oh, it just really doesn't do a whole lot. A little bit behind. He was hoping that they'd retreat into it. Detro low. Can Crook get off of his overheat in any time? Now Ornn is here to try to collapse from the top side. There's enough health bars. He'll flash. That was a risky flash over the thick part of that wall. He was standing pretty far away from it, but he knows his distances, I guess.
CCG finding a very nice fight there with the numbers advantage. I mean, it was even there in the jungle, but the Shyvana coming through, being able to kill Max at the start of that. And then RTM, I think, got a little bit baited with Crook roaming down. Not able to find the ultimate he needed to. And yeah, nice couple of kills to help even things back up here. Only 1k difference between the two now.
Yeah, we started with about a 1k difference, and it stays at about a 1k difference, so no real ground has been gained in the past 15 minutes.
Nope. RTM has been on the objective hunt, though. Going to pick up this Rift Herald as well, I believe, so we'll have to see how that's utilized. Could be used for this Dragon Soul point that's going to come up here in a minute and a half. I think that's probably the best time to use it. Just because you don't want Shyvana to start stacking these drakes. That's where she gets her strength. And Puppe,
Puppe is maybe in a rough spot here.
Oh,
he dodges! He sidesteps that all the way to the arcane. Has the kill on Zoro. He's going to die eventually to Detro, I would imagine. And they lose the tower in the process. Meanwhile, Max has to flash away from Shyvana again. He's set up for these right of the arcanes in good spots to do damage, but it's really cost him in terms of his resources. Drakowski just kind of says hello, slams somebody into the wall, and leaves.
Definitely so. 40 seconds to go on this Drake here. Puppe played that 2v1 really, really well. Yeah. Able to find a kill for himself out of that. Now teams both trying to set up for this Drake. Max TPing back to this mid lane to get the wave pushing in RTM's favor. We'll have to see how if the Rift Herald is utilized here to get some lane push. I'd like to see that from Drakowski dropping it in mid lane.
Yeah, that would be the typical playbook. Kitsuo's not even on the correct side of the map right now, and he's spotted on some wards. He can burn out over there. Shyvana's pretty fast, as it turns out, but just thought it was interesting reading for the Gromp a little bit. But now our team's set up in that Dragon Pit area. And CCG is here to respond. Both top laners have teleport, and the teleport behind, look at that deep teleport from Topo. It's immediately recognized by Crook. Detro takes about 3/4 of his health and damage to start everything out. And now the top laners are roasting each other. Drakowski wins the 50-50 over Kitsuo. Red carpet thrown down does a lot of damage. They're trying to get away from Shyvana, who is just doing so much damage. The last Dragon Breath comes through. The Feather Storm aggressively gets the pin into the wall. Kitsuo finishes off Boy Wonder. Max is herded back into a corner, and he'll eventually fall to Zoro. It's a double kill for Zoro, and Crook and Pup have to flee toward this top side. That might not be it, even as Topo... I don't think he can really find anything with Dragon Min, but it's a team fight win overall for CCG, but they lose the Dragon. Oh, it might still not be over. Crook gets pulled back in. Gets a little bit of healing from somewhere. Topo gets the knockback. Pup finishes him off. Crook and Dragon Min. Oh, that was so close, but it's just not enough for ROTM, and it's a double kill for Dragon Min at the end of that one.
Yeah, there's a few times in this game that RTM has definitely extended the fights a little too long, trying to kind of skill check them with low health bars, but now after that big fight, RTM did escape with that third Drake, but that means the goal lead for CCG, and the Shyvana is starting to become a bit of a problem, especially if this means the second item here as Shyvana resets.
Yeah, and getting that demonic embrace on Shyvana is huge. All of a sudden that fire breath just starts burning and burning, and it's a pretty unfair amount of damage, honestly.
Definitely so. I was trying to see if we could see a timer for the Rift Herald, but that timer has got to be pretty darn close here. It feels like RTM really hasn't found a fight where they've all been quite together or on the same page. Been a lot of skirmishing.
Oh, Hex Flash over, looking for Dragon Min. They'll get the red carpet
boy.
through, but that was a little bit of dysenergy. They'll send Shyvana away. Detro looking for the re-engage onto Drakowski. Zoro is also here, which going to spell doom for Drakowski and Boy Wonder. And again, another fight picked by ROTM that doesn't pay off for them.
Yeah, and things continue to go poorly for RTM. Just a little too deep on enemy territory there. Would have been nice to have that tower down in order to fight, but this Baron is spawning right now, and RTM at a numbers disadvantage.
Yeah, CCG kind of vaguely threatening it, but I don't think they really want to stand in that pit, especially with Rite of the Arcane up, and Pup has killer instinct. Even 3v5, that three-person combo can really deal damage, especially once your MR is shredded by Baron.
Yeah, I mean, Xerath can do it from such extended range as well that it allows you to kind of stand outside the range of where they're able to hurt you and hit them with damage. So would be kind of risky to do, especially since it is at that 20-minute mark. But yeah, CCG not going to be unhappy about the point that they are at in this game.
Yeah, they've swung the gold lead back from that 1,000 deficit that they've been sitting on for forever to about a 2,000 lead, which is impressive. They've done well picking their fights and just finding key targets in these fights, which have just the health bars have just eluded ROTM, it feels like, in some of these situations. This top lane tower under threat. Crook is here to try to defend it. He's got the ult. He's got help in the wings. Are we going to see a big fight around this top lane tower? Crook's overheated. There comes the pin from Drakowski, knocking Topo in. Tower is going to fall, but Topo also will. Shockwave does a marginal amount of damage. It's a tower for top lane trade.
Yeah, with 5 people here, though, I think RTM is going to trade this tower back in the top lane. There's 40 seconds here till Soul. Maybe not the best Soul for RTM, but they can maybe try to utilize this to go onto the Drake here, and they might try to pick a fight with the numbers advantage.
Yeah, they're... I would imagine trying to bait with Baron right now. I don't think that they just hard commit to this, although Pup does a lot of damage to it. They have to be careful about Dragon Min. In comes Kitsuo just trying to blow up Pup. A really good ult from Drakowski. It's 2,000 health on the Baron right now. Boy Wonder is going to fall to Zoro. Teleport's coming in. It's smited away by Drakowski. He'll flash out. So the Baron goes to ROTM, which equalizes the gold total, but they lose Boy Wonder in the process. Everybody else got out, but you had to burn 2 flashes. It was kind of a little risky business there, but I think it pays off for RTM in the long run.
Yeah, one death for the Baron I think is a worthwhile trade. A TP here to the top side. This is Orianna.
Yeah, Orianna directly on top of Crook to make sure he can't continue to push. Even gonna catch an Electro Harpoon for trouble. You'd think Electro Harpoon would be particularly good against Orianna, but Dragon gonna go over to CCG as kind of the return. You can't quite get back in position in time for that if you're ROTM, but now they're gonna Zerg down mid.
Yeah, they have the fast track to this mid lane, and I think it's just gonna mean a free tower here for RTM. I don't know if CCG is gonna be able to respond to the tower take.
Dragon Min, big shockwave. Actually, Pup is so low. In comes the Ornhorn as well, going to get the knockup. Zoro flashes in on top of them. They'll pick up one. Boy Wonder's left under tower. Double kill for Zoro as they clean up Boy Wonder as well. And all of that work to set that up, all of the work with the Baron is all of a sudden gone.
Yep, absolutely. And Zoro made an absolutely great play there. Flashing in, knowing that there weren't cooldowns or health bars, being able to deal with him, and took down Pup and then Max with someone directly in his face on the Xerath. Not the spot you want to be, and Zoro is in has a commanding lead here. 9 kills already. Big shutdown. Something RTM can kind of look for. Quite a few across the board here.
Yeah, big bounties on the 2 carries for CCG if they're able to cash them in, but thus far it's just seemed like Zoro and Dragonman have been able to play safer and play just a little bit better in these team fights than Pup and Max. Now you only have 2 Baron buffs left. I don't know how much our team's really going to look to use them, but Drakowski and Crook with the last 2.
Yeah, there's not much time going to be left on that Baron as well, so I doubt we're going to see much.
Continuing to tax away some of these jungle camps. Drakowski gets smited by Kitsuo. He's going to get chased down, actually. Max with a shock orb just to try to keep himself safe. They'll send Kitsuo away, and now right to the Arcane onto Dragonman. They'll immediately pull Crook in as soon as he teleports in. He's got to be a little bit more careful about where he's teleporting. Kitsuo is going to die, though, as Pup finishes off with the last auto attack in RTM. No Baron left, but has the push now in this top lane. Zoro just does so much damage if he can layer in some of those feathers. Do they have the engage? A little bit of damage being traded back. Max just isn't quite there, it looks like, with the poke. It's being more or less shrugged off. Like,
yeah, it's going to be a while.
It's hitting.
Next
like,
wave
he's
comes
doing
here.
fine hitting his skill shots. It's just not quite devastating. And now the Ornhorn coming in. Dragonman. Oh, it's a great shock orb from Max to be able to stall that engage. Boy Wonder looks for the dive underneath the tower. He's got to flash away from the feathers, and it looks like nothing is actually going to occur as a result of that one. Detro, a little bit low, but he's got the shield away on that crash down. Crook going to take a little bit of extra damage, and Dragonman and Zoro still continuing the chase onto Drakowski and Max, but I think that's finally going to be it. That mid lane tower gets picked up. Pup just kind of slips away and takes down the mid lane tower that they'd softened up earlier.
Yeah, not a horrible siege from RTM there. It seems like anytime Kitsuo goes down, RTM has a decent chance. That is really going to be the difference. I think the Shyvana is just so hard for RTM to stop. And now with Titanic Hydra as the next item on board, if Shyvana gets to that without too much changing here, I think CCG is definitely going to be in the driver's seat.
Alright, so Jack-Show the Protean turns into the Unspoken Parasite. But you already named him, so why is he unspoken now? Big questions. The League of Legends community demands to know. 45 seconds to go on a potential Cloud Soul if you're Return to the Middlesticks, but you might not get that opportunity as Kitsuo just chasing down Drakowski. Just really showing off how strong he is. Kind of bullies Drakowski out of his own jungle, and now they'll head back toward that dragon. Does RTM even really want to contest this?
I don't think they really do. Baron's up here. I think they could use it.
Oh, Drakowski looking for Zoro, but immediately just dies, and now the rest of this fight is going to go terribly. There's no Poppy disengage available. Pup gets hit by the Flame Breath. He's trying to do anything he can to kite away, but without Drakowski, the team fight falls apart pretty rapidly, it feels like.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, the big thing is Drakowski's ultimate is able to kind of give RTM a numbers advantage, especially if he can knock Kitsuo out of the fight. It gives them some space to maybe pick up a kill before Kitsuo is able to re-enter. And this is just going to be straight onto the Baron, and I think RTM's caught here, Puppe and Boy Wonder.
Yeah, Puppe and Boy Wonder. Oh, just the edge of that shockwave finds Puppe. That's so unfortunate, and he'll die for his sins. Boy Wonder also going to fall. Oh, I don't know that he wanted to knock Topo over the wall, but...
Yeah, and this has been a great comeback by CCG after what has happened in the early game. RTM, I think, playing around a little too much.
Oh, and now...
Boy.
Just going to get a little bit worse, I would imagine here. Drakowski gets the pin into the wall on Kitsuo. He's going to zip away with his phase rush. I think he's fine. Oh my goodness. Just catch a flame breath of damage.
Yeah, so far in this game, I think I've been thoroughly unimpressed by Max's Xerath. Not so much that he's, I think, playing it poorly, but the champion is just not able to do anything. And there's a lot of champions that can get onto him in this one, and anybody with the getting in his face is not great for the Xerath, obviously. So
Yeah, I think the Xerath works if you have a little bit of a tankier top laner just to stand in front and absorb, but it feels like too often we're seeing Kitsuo just get a free pass at him, and that's basically it. Like, you lose a big source of damage in the Xerath, and Kitsuo is all of a sudden stacked up and ready to go. And now he's got his Frozen Fist.
yep, and the
Could be
Titanic
extra
Hydra
stats.
to match as well. So
Yeah.
Shyvana is definitely in the very tanky point here.
Yeah, Topo
Nice stun.
taking a lot of damage. Yeah, I haven't been disappointed with the way Max has been playing. Like, his shock orbs
Right.
have been good, his ults have been good. It just, yeah,
Hasn't amounted to
it hasn't
to
amounted
much.
to a whole lot. It just feels like they wanted to play Ziggs and they didn't get Ziggs, so they're playing Xerath. Which, I mean, happens. Zoro in a little bit of trouble here. Gets pinned onto the red carpet. Do they actually have the damage? They finally do to finish that one off. Meanwhile, Detro into the backline, trying to reset the fight. The shockwave isn't quite there from Dragon Min. Max trying to kite back away with Pup and Crook, but they don't have many places left to retreat to. Instead, this bottom lane tower going to fall. The bottom lane inhibitor under fire now. Crook trying to play his positioning well. Puppe has been able to heal back up. Can they find the re-engage? Is this an overstay? Detro has to crash down away. Oh, he gets hit by the Arcano Pulse from Max 108. And now Dragon Min may be in a little bit of trouble, but he's got the slow from the dissonance and should be okay to get away.
Yeah, RTM able to kind of defend their base there. Big thing was Boy Wonder and Drakowski diving in were able to pick up Zoro, which is a big shutdown, and that was kind of the difference maker there. Didn't quite have enough damage to take the inhibitor from RTM, but they did get the tower, and yeah, very firmly in control this one. Kitsuo.
Kitsuo finds Pup. His teammates were just there. That was kind of insane, and now he's going to dive through on Max. This is some real solo queue shenanigans from Kitsuo, and it's it pays off. He gets the double proc on the Titanic for the double kill.
Yeah, it's going to give over the shutdown, but it's going to find 2 kills, and that means mid lane is completely undefended for RTM, so that tower going to fall. Probably this bot lane inhibitor going to fall as well.
Yeah, Crook just using the ult on the wave. That's when you know things are going poorly for Rumble. And now they'll head and set up vision on this dragon, and all of a sudden they fought that way back. They can get more stacking on Shyvana, and just it's only a 5,000 gold lead, which isn't huge, but the fact that you have Ornn items plus Shyvana stacking in terms of just getting a bunch of free stats is kind of insane right now with this comp.
Yeah, definitely so. And going to be happy with the extra ult cooldown on top of that as well. RTM going to try to contest this Drake before these super minions finally get realized. Zoro getting poked out.
Yeah, Zoro takes a lot of damage, now gets knocked up by
Nice.
Boy Wonder. Do they have one more shot? Didn't quite hit it. The Ignite isn't going to be enough. The shield over the wall from Dragon Min. They're continuing on to Topo. They'll eventually shut him down, as well as being able to track down Zoro at the same time. And now Dragon Min, Kitsuo looking for it. Boy Wonder trying to stall that one out. They'll throw the equalizer down. Boy Wonder going to fall to Kitsuo's burnout. They'll turn back to the Dragon now. 5,000 health. Kitsuo about to get the ult back, but he gets sent away by the Caretaker's Verdict, Carekeeper's Verdict, something like that.
Keeper's Verdict, right?
Just Keeper's Verdict. Okay, Caretaker's is Bard.
Oh, Puppe.
Puppe takes a little of an interesting path there. He's got flash, and he's fine.
Yeah, it does have to burn the flash, though. I really like how RTM has played these last couple of fights. Specifically, Max has landed some really nice ult shots onto Zoro. Made him expend the ultimate, and that has been the difference maker to kind of keep RTM breathing in this one.
Yep, Max has his death cap finished up, and Xerath has the buff where if you land multiple shots, they start to stack in power, which is kind of insane. So as long as he keeps hitting those shots, he'll keep ramping it up.
Yeah, and Boy Wonder did a good job as well, as kind of setting up Max to hit. Jumping in to guarantee some hits with the CC.
Yeah, everybody's zipping around this Baron now. Dragonmin takes a little bit of damage. Boy Wonder finds Topo. Was well bellows breathed.
Yep.
That's the proper
RTM.
All right, opening up, Zoro dodges 2. He gets hit by the 3rd shot. That's kind of the sidebar, I guess, to all of this, as Kitsuo is burning to Crook. Not a huge amount used to the right of the arcane plus the red carpet, but it's going to force RTM into the pit now. Well, into the control of the river, but look at the minions in their bot lane. They have to be careful about how they manage this one, or there could be some teleports behind them and just a little bit of ending shenanigans. Crook is headed back to base right now. They get the knock up onto Topo. Drakowski knocks him into the wall. Can they finish off the Orin before the ult? Well, he's not going to get back to his ult to use it. Drakowski is just chasing him down. The Baron gets duoed by Zoro and Kitsuo. Max takes a shockwave, but he's able to survive. Pup is in, gets 1 kill. Now looking for Kitsuo. Outduels him as well. It's a double kill. Now they're turning the bump back on Zoro, but he flashes in and finishes off Max. The 80 carries popping off in this fight. Boy Wonder and Detro just having a little bit of supportal combat. Pup now, after Topo is rejoined the fight, has made this even more of a mess than before. Can't chase the Orin into the bush. Boy Wonder looks like he escapes thanks to a blast cone, but now Crook is in pursuit of the bot lane of CCG. Meanwhile, Puppe is headed up to be an alcove gamer, trying to hide from Topo. I don't know if this is an important fight that's happening. Topo is going to go back to the wave, it looks like, as they have Baron buffs available, but Drakowski and Crook are there to catch the minion wave, and I think we're going to settle down for just a second.
Yeah, and the minions playing a key role there. A Crook could not join that fight, and that made it a 4v4 in a fight that looked like it was going to go RTM's way. But Topo...
Oh, Topo has to be careful. He's going really low. He gets popped by Pup, and Zoro's going to fall as well. Detro in trouble. It's a triple kill for Puppe.
Yeah, and Puppe finding the miracle play basically by himself there, 1v3, killing them all, going in, and... it's going to be really hard now for CCG to kind of stop this push.
Oh, Dragonmin is not in a good spot right now. What is he doing? He's just wandering toward the minion wave. And Puppe picks up another kill. They'll head on toward the base. Can CCG stop this push? It's just Kitsuo left to try to defend the base. Mid lane tower falls. Mid lane inhibitor falls. They have enough minions. They have the timers. It looks like RTM's going to take game number 1. They're going to knock Kitsuo up. They throw everything at him and take him down in the base. Nexus tower 1. Nexus tower 2, and the Nexus will fall. RTM leads 1-0.
And we talked to the first couple of minutes there about how tilt would potentially affect CCG. I feel like this is more tilting than just having the game blown wide open. They were firmly in control of that one, and Puppe just found a miracle play and able to finish off the game there. A great job there by RTM to find the window back into it, but boy, was it a fist clencher on that one.
Yeah, what a game 1 to start off this series. It doesn't bode well for not having 5 games in it, but if it's exciting like that, I'll take it. I won't have a voice tomorrow, but I'm sure they'll understand. 1-0 for Rodham. We're going to load game 2. We'll be right back. CCG selects blue side for game 2. Oh, they're already ready. Jesus. I'm gonna grab some water really quick.
Sure.
Alright, I'm here. Draft started. We missed some bans, and Isaiah first pick. Cool.
Yeah. Only big difference in the bans from game 1 to here is that CCG elected to ban Poppy instead of Malachi, and then because of that, RTM responded with the Rel ban. So Zaya going to be the first pick instead of the Rel, and RTM already locking the Rumble. I'm expecting that we're also going to go Malachi here, with that also unbanned. Seems like a good route. Rakan being hovered here to take away from CCG. And I don't mind that. It is kind of nice because you've got Rumble on your side. Able to kind of group people up and make it easy for those Rumble ults come through. And Maokai on the table, so we'll have to see if CCG wants to go for that. Wants to go for something else. Nautilus going to be the answer.
Nautilus not the traditional Recon answer, but it's up there.
Yeah, I think it does fine into it. And Ornn again going to be the lock.
The spirit of V-Bond lives in Topo.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it makes sense. The Ornn was pretty impactful in a lot of those fights. Rumble wasn't able to really get a lot done in top lane. Was able to get a decent CS lead, but outside of that, Ornn able to scale pretty freely towards the team fights, and was definitely worthwhile. So Sivir going to be the pickup for RTM as an answer. Kind of like it here, able to block the Nautilus hooks, and also give you some extra speed for that Recon ult.
I don't know about Severe Recon as a combo, but sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you're wanting to scale. Recon probably want to try to get out of lane if possible.
I don't know. I guess Kaisa feels like you're countering yourself too much. So I don't know. Now Maokai's gonna be banned along with Kindred. If we follow suit, this will be Karthus. And there it is. And then CCG. I mean, you could ban Udyr and take Drakowski way down his tier list if you wanted to. Or you could look at... I don't know. I don't know what Max is playing these days. He's a little all over the place with his picks recently, so...
Yep. Yeah, the Xerath was a new ad. Sejuani gonna be the ban, so...
He has been playing a lot of Sejuani. I don't think we've seen it in a competitive game, but I know he's been playing it on his solo queue.
Yeah, and I'm expecting that we're gonna see the jungle pick here for RTM. I think Trundle could be good. I don't know if it's something that's gonna be played here, but oh, and Jace hover.
All right, Jace.
So this is interesting. Jace was banned for RTM. It was their third ban in the first game. So I think wanting to pick that away here and not allow the blind in the mid lane.
Interesting. Gragoose. Still technically a flex pick, but probably the jungler for Kitsuo.
I think this is looking more and more like a great Udyr game for RTM here. Gragas melee, Ornn melee, Nautilus melee. That's reading. Oh, and then a fourth melee gets picked too.
It's Dragon mid, Gragas mid. Unless he's playing mid Viego, which I think exists, but I don't think it's good against Jace.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's just going to be Udyr here. Or Drakowski. I think RTM needs some tankiness.
Yeah, they have the definite poke. You have your kind of AoE bouncy team fights. You just need someone to make sure that they don't just run at you. And Udyr helps that a little bit, but it's gonna be hard, I think, against this team comp to prevent them from just running your ass down.
Definitely so.
Some news from Porofessor. Topo is bad with Ornn, it says.
Good to know.
It says Millionaire Poppy, great on Cho'Gath, great on Renekton, bad on Ornn. Also, it says Zoro is maybe the Karthus player. That would be interesting. I don't think that's who we're banning it away from. But Karthus bot lane exists.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a Karthus jungle ban, but
Yeah.
you do get the benefit of that also not going bot.
Well, back to draft time. 1-0 for Return of the Middlesticks. Again, a best of 5, so we're being chillin', as the kids say. They probably don't still say that. I think that was last year. I'm probably dated now. Lost all my social credit too. Unlucky.
Super unlucky for you.
Oh, and Dietrich left the bottom. Yeah. They've been the ones rushing, picking up the tempo the whole time, and then now they're the ones holding it up. Really makes you think.
forgot what to pick.
It'd be like that sometimes. Oh, Crowstorm starting back up tonight as well. They have their first MSL game, so we'll cheer them on from afar today. I only have it in me to try to cast one series at a time today. But wish them luck against ID Frozen. They're back into draft again, so not a huge delay, but enough of one. Also, if anyone from Victoris is watching, what's going on, guys? You gonna do like a league? Just curious. I doubt they're watching.
I also doubt that they're watching.
Our huge viewer base right now. Especially because it's getting split because CCG is streaming as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is the lower bracket quarterfinal, according to the way that they've labeled this. So the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of No AoE Damage and Water Buffaloes Unleashed. And then the winner of that is going to take on the loser of Exodia Exiles and Mirage Alliance, and they're finally starting to get down to only a couple of teams left. It's been an exhausting climb through the bracket for ROTM, just maximizing the amount of best of threes that they could play.
Yeah, losing that first series definitely puts you in the double weekly games, which is quite a slog.
Yeah, and shoutouts to them. They've been bouncing back and forth between this and like Tournament Realm patch, and trying to keep everything straight is definitely rough. And it's really only they and Mirage Alliance that have been doing that, and I think a couple of guys on Exodia.
Yeah, there's a few members of teams,
yeah,
right, that have been doing that, but
in terms of whole teams, it's just us and Mirage Alliance, and now we're gone, so we could still jump on there though. Back onto the tournament room. Live out our glory days on patch 13 and 14. Play unnerfed LeBlanc one more time.
that was some vile stuff. I think looking here across the board, I think Udyr is a really, really good pickup for RTM, but I don't feel like RTM's team comp has a ton of synergy. I think they're very squishy for all the tankiness that is on CCG. So there's a lot of engage potential, a lot of lockdown to get Viego to some of these resets. And I think that can be where RTM is a little bit dangerous, or it can be dangerous for RTM. I think they're going to have to rely on Jace and poking out a little bit along with Rumble before these fights starts, I think, to find it, or a recon engage into a Rumble ult. But I think the ease of execution is definitely on CCG's side.
Yeah. It definitely feels like it's going to be a little bit more of a snowbally game than game number 1. Because, you know, if you're the tank team and you get ahead, you're just going to continue getting more ahead throughout the game. And if you're the carry team, you kind of have to keep your foot on the gas. Even though you have champions that scale pretty well, you still just can't let the tanks really get a foothold. So we'll see how they're able to do that. 40 seconds to go. Oh, this is all weird. We're going through LPL musics, which are ones that I haven't heard. So this one's kind of funky. Shoutouts to whoever compiled this list of LOL esports champions level music. I just pull up random ones while we're sitting here. Alright, we're loading into game, finally. And here we are. Game number 2. CCG back on the blue side. ROTM back on the red. No skin for Boy Wonder. Do you worry about that?
I always worry about that.
Dragonman also no skin, so it's equalized at least.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
It's like, do you really know how to play the champion if you don't own a skin for that? Gotta have the big esports money for that.
Yeah, it's a big.
Zoro is okay. This is kind of strange. Boy Wonder got spotted by Detro, I think, judging by the pings, and I was a little worried about where Zoro was wandering to, but looks like he's okay.
Yeah, an ADC walking up into river by themselves. I mean, there's not like a hook or something that you have to be super careful about. Could probably dodge out most CC that RTM's able to bring, but it's always.
Oh,
We'll just say it was for BM. Does that make it better
I
or
mean,
worse? I don't know.
Dragonman's got to walk in and blow his flash now. Like, that's the gentlemanly thing to do.
True.
Jungle lag? Okay. It's immediately R, so we're not going to go to a pause screen, but yeah, you know, in ARAMs, if somebody does that, everybody all of a sudden, you have 10 flashes down at level 1.
Yep.
That's what I want to see happen, but a little bit too serious of a game maybe to be doing that. Ooh, the level 1 hook attempt from Detro. Get the knock up onto Zoro. Pup doesn't really have anything he can do to follow up. Sivir level 1 isn't exactly a powerhouse. There's Ghost hit by Zoro as well.
Yeah, I think expected that RTM was gonna maybe continue that trade, but Boy Wonder did a good job of going in after that cooldown was down from Detro, so I think it was a pretty favorable trade overall for RTM. They're gonna get the shove here as well. Can maybe look for something on this level 2 spike.
These are the kind of lanes I hate when I play bot lane. You just
It's the whoever
really
uses
heavily.
their Spellfords. Yeah.
I'd prefer to sit there and farm for a couple of levels, like feel my way into the game a little bit. That's why these guys are almost pros, and I'm not though. Nice picture of the Dragonlance going through this melee minion in the top lane.
Oh yeah.
Or the Dragonlance, the Electro Harpoon.
Boy Wonder does get a good ward down, but I don't know if it's going to save him much. Wave's in a rough spot for bot lane, but we're going to see trading here in top.
Yeah, a little gank attempt from Kitsuo. Nothing really happening, but yeah, again, this wave getting trapped away from Pup and Boy Wonder might cost them a little bit more than they're willing to give, as Boy Wonder walks up for the cannon and immediately takes a bunch of damage and an ignite to the face.
Yeah, so some big summoners down now for Zoro and Detro in this bot lane. But quite a health chunk onto Boy Wonder. Is going to have the last pot here to
Oh, and
heal
he's
up.
level 3. They've got a big health lead on Detro, although I think 1 minion will be enough, or 2 to hit level 3.
Ignite is up for Boy Wonder, so they could potentially look, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, you still have the shield to deal with, the Titan's Wrath shield. So I don't know. It's a little dicey, but Drakowski's walked down. Now level 3 hit for Detro and Zoro. A little bit of safety, but they'll spot Drakowski on the ward. They know the dive is coming. What is going to happen? Ghost hit from Drakowski. Immediately the teleport channel. They'll get first blood immediately onto Boy Wonder, and Pup has to flash away. That didn't go well for ROTM, but they do get the teleport out of Topo.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for RTM to, I think, effectively play there. Flashes up for both of them, and no real hard committal CC makes it really hard for RTM, I think, to attempt that dive at the health bars that they're at.
I think they wanted Drakowski to tank. He was going to throw in the Phoenix R and then try to stun them, but it just didn't quite happen in the order they needed it to, and Boy Wonder died.
Yep. It's going to blow Puppey's flash as well on that bot side. The big beneficiary, though, Crook, was able to freeze this wave because Topo had to TP down to save the bot lane there. And Crook got a good freeze off of that, so quite a few minions lost here for Topo.
Yeah, we won't see the impact of that for a little bit, but right now about a 6 CS lead, which is a full minion wave. It's not insignificant at this point in the game.
Yeah, and a big XP lead as well. Already level up.
We'll trade in the mid lane as they'll spot Kitsuo on the ward.
And Crook is going to try to poke Topo as much as he can while this minion wave hits. Bot lane.
Wonder and Puppey have found Kitsuo. Drakowski's in the area, so is Max. They'll get a little shock blast across the bow, and Dragon Min and Kitsuo were fine for the time being. But Dragon started up for ROTM. I don't think that there should be an answer from CCG, but they're still continuing to walk in. Maybe just see what they can do. See if they can find a little cheeky poke, a little cheeky steal. Both of the mid laners headed over. Hook gonna land on Drakowski. Big knockup. They'll immediately take down Drakowski, and they'll finish off Boy Wonder. Just so much extra damage from the Xayah Nautilus combo early on, and now the Dragon gonna flip over to CCG.
Yeah, and I mean, I really didn't think with the health bars the way they were looking there that they'd be able to contest, but bot lane roaming up there and making a big impact here early in this one, so Puppey in a rough spot here.
Yeah, and I think that's just the difference between Sivir and Xayah early. Sivir needs a little bit to get going. He's not very strong early on, whereas Xayah can duel it out early on. Just got to get your feathers down. Dragon Min a little bit low. Gets a good cask, though. And Max has to burn his flash in order to get out of the tower. Meanwhile, Drakowski going to find Topo in the top lane. He's got flash available, and will use it. Oh, if Crook had held on to that for just a split second longer, he wouldn't have needed to burn it. Now Pup in trouble in bottom lane, just trying to kite away from Detro. Able to spell shield the hook. They turn on to Boy Wonder. And yeah, this bot lane is... It doesn't look super bad just yet in terms of CS, in terms of kills, but it's starting to get there. Dragon Min under tower is just going to trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trade that's winning for him because you are going to get the minion difference there. Max is going to lose a few minions, and then it's going to push back towards his tower, so going to lose a little bit more. So going to take that trade. Max no TP as well, so going to be pretty happy with that.
Boy
Kitsuo.
Wonder, yeah, Kitsuo's here for the dive, looking for Boy Wonder. They'll get the knock up onto the Nautilus. Teleport coming in. This is hoping to be the reverse of what we saw, but it is not. CCG does well to come out with 2 kills. Crook finishes off 1 in return as Kitsuo is able to escape with the body of Boy Wonder.
And Zoro actually buffered that tower aggro beautifully there. Was actually the first one to tank for the team and then use the ultimate.
When Crook even still going to take a little bit of extra damage. The flash stun from Kitsuo.
Oh boy.
Can Crook fight his way through it? He can. He gets the shutdown on the Viego, and now maybe looking for a little bit more on Zoro. Flashes forward for the Electro Harpoon. It's just not quite enough damage as Zoro has just enough in the tank to be able to finish off Crook.
Yeah, Sivir running topside there to cover that top wave.
Oh, Max
no,
gets
Max.
knocked back. That's a lot of CC available. In goes Boy Wonder to try to save him. It's not enough because of the cask from Dragon Min.
Yep, and Max having a bit of a rough go here early. Dragonman playing this lane pretty well, getting some help along with that as well.
Yeah, Max and Boy Wonder feel like they're just a little bit off the timeline from where they want to be right now. Curious what Dragonman's going to build. It looks like a proto belt, if I'm not mistaken. No, that doesn't have a lost chapter in it. I don't know.
Boy Wonder will hold this wave.
It's going to cost him a lot of health, but he held those couple of minions from his boy Mags.
Support's doing support things here. I love Detro returning to this mid lane.
Menace to society right now. We haven't really been able to see Drakowski get involved. He's going to head back and... Oh, he's still on pieces of his item. He doesn't quite have it finished up. Topo is just going to chase off Pup. He's got a lot of CS. Like he's doing well farming, but just doesn't have the same impact that Kitsuo has at 3-1 and 2, and has been everywhere. Even if he's behind in CS, he's making plays like this, where Boy Wonder gonna get taken low. They'll have the Nautilus ult to rip through, but Crook is here to try to help with everything. He'll blast Cone over looking for Detro. He's got the equalizer available as he gets hooked in, just drops that on top of the fight. This turns into a mess with Boy Wonder able to find a big recombo onto everyone. Dragonman trying to turn this one back. Zoro finishes him off. Now can they finish off Zoro? Max and Drakowski looking for it. There's no stun. Where's the stun from Drakowski? Featherstorm in. Oh, the flash play from Zoro for the double kill.
Yeah, Zoro played that beautifully there. Able to hit the max stun with all those feathers.
And now there's not a whole lot left for him to do as he gets shut down by the hammer of Max.
Yeah, a nice fight for RTM. Able to get some key shutdowns there. Notably onto that Xayah. Max able to pick that up. And I think we kind of saw how the combo that RTM is going to want to look for in the later stages of this game. The Recon combo into Rumble ult. And there's just a lot of AoE damage that CCG is going to have to contend with the Udyr and the Rumble.
Yep, and using the quickening to pull people back onto the equalizer pretty big during that last fight. We'll see if they can replicate it. They can't do it right away, which is maybe an issue because they're going to lose this dragon as Kitsuo's walked over. He's finished up his Trinity Force. He was 3-1 and 3 and now has taken 2 deaths, so feeling maybe a little bit worse about his position recently, but we're still looking for it. Oh, good CC immunity from Drakowski. Knockup going to land, though, onto Boy Wonder and Pup as they get chased down toward the turret. Is there any help really for them? It doesn't look like it. Dragonman is walking in aggressively, but he's gotten out back through Tribush and everything goes back to
Settling out.
a normal lane state. Oh boy, Wonder has his quickening available now, pulls in Zoro. Do they have the damage? Pup finally does, and Drakowski and Pup finish it off, but now can they get away? Dragon Min gets a cask in. Drakowski's still looking to fight this one out, but Kitsuo is here. Now the teleport coming in from Crook. Kitsuo's already slain Boy Wonder in the backside. Pup has to flee. Detro really low as Drakowski just starts chasing him down. Out pops Kitsuo from the Rakan body. Pup with a little bit of damage back. Drakowski low. Kitsuo gets taken down, or takes him down, excuse me. And Max now is an alcove gamer, but I don't think that that's going to be to his benefit.
Yeah, and we're seeing the power of this Viego pick. I think all the squishy members is making it really hard for him to basically not get a reset, especially if members get low for RTM. And yeah, we're gonna want to scale, I think, a little bit further. I was kind of surprised that they were even posturing around this Drake, mainly because there were a lot of key ultimates down. I think they did a good job of recognizing Zoro's ult was down there and had an opportunity to pick that up to start, but yeah, the extended fight was not theirs for the taking.
Yeah, I liked the initial fight, like you said. The extended one, not maybe what they wanted. You can see the idea that they had, but it just wasn't quite there for them. And now it's a 2,000 gold lead for CCG. It's a position they've been in, even just last game. But this one feels a little bit worse. You haven't had that lead, that time to really stabilize, and I don't feel like your team comp scales as well as it did in game number 1. So we'll have to keep an eye. Kitsuo and Zoro once again with really good score lines early on. And ROTM now looking for a couple of answers. Dragon Min appears... I think he could have gone for that. I don't know 100%. But yeah, anyway.
Next objective of the map here is going to be this second Rift Herald. We do have the Hex Gates on the map, so Kitsuo, bit of a rough spot.
Yeah, gonna get shock blasted, but there's not a huge collapse. He's gonna find Boy Wonder, which is a squishy person whose body he can steal if he needs to. Just going to do this red buff very aggressively in Rodham's face. In comes the quickening on to the equalizer. They're trying to burn through the Viego. Now the Heartbreaker comes out just defensively. Drakowski trying to chase them down, gets the stun onto Topo. Max is going to get knocked back under his tower by the Nautilus ult. Zoro just sets the battle line as he starts auto-attacking aggressively as Dragonman teleports in to the face of ROTM. Stun from Kitsuo doesn't land onto Boy Wonder as he's able to dance away. And meanwhile, Pup is just farming on the bottom side. A little shock blast from Max. Oh, he gets hit by the hook from Detro. And that might be enough CC to secure his demise. In comes the cast. A flash from Gragas to make sure. And now Boy Wonder and Crook have to leave. They have to leave. The flash in from Nautilus is going to make sure that they can't, though. Drakowski just trying to burn through anything that he can. And the kiting away just is not what you want to see from ROTM. Oh, the chilling smite onto Crook into the hook from Detro. That hook felt a little illegal, but it's going to work for CCG. Oh, Topo died. Well.
Yeah, I think RTM could have just given this Rift Herald. I mean, Pup was getting so much on the bot side and was matching the Gragas. So when the 5v4 came in initially, RTM did a good job of backing off, but Max walking up a little bit too far and baited the rest of the team in on that fight. So that means Rift Herald secured, mid lane tower secured, and the trade just going to be that bot lane tower for RTM. So quite a big gold lead opening up here. 5K or 4K for CCG.
Dang, they got
and I think this dragon's gonna be hard to contest for RTM as well.
Not high definition anymore. We're up to the 4K.
Yep. Max pushing on this top side, does have the TP available.
Yeah, 15 seconds to go on this dragon, which, again, I don't know that you need to fight for if you're ROTM. This is something I feel like I'm saying a lot recently, but they're going to walk in anyway. Never want to back down from a fight. They have control.
But,
they have level 11 on Crook, which is nice. Trying to kite away. Drakowski going to get hooked in. In comes the red carpet. It's doing a lot of damage to this front line. Kitsuo Gets taken down before he can really do a whole lot, but in comes the Ornhorn. 2 for 2 thus far on the fight. Oh, that Shock Blast just singed the backside of Topo as Max goes in, finds the Assassination. Zoro into melee range on the Rumble. He'll burn down from the Demonic Embrace, and it's a double kill for Max, and now the Dragon will get taken by Max and Pape. I guess they did need to, results-based analysis. That was a good good stick around, a good fight around the Dragon for RTM.
Yeah.
As they'll claw
The
back
Rebel ult,
2,000s of that gold.
Yeah, RTM did quite a bit there with the Rumble ult and the Rakan combo. I know that Drakowski and Boy Wonder went down really quick, but it was clutch that they were able to pick up the kill onto Kitsuo, so he couldn't run rampant in that fight. And the 3 damage dealers survived for RTM, were able to turn on the other 3 members of CCG, pick up the Drake, pick up the kills, and put themselves back in this game.
Yep, that's what you're really looking for, that little momentum-turning fight. Maybe you can continue building on that one, or at least stabilize now if you're ROTM, because they've been getting kind of beaten around the rift for the past couple of minutes. Max and Boy Wonder have to be careful. Kitsuo's still just such a threat. 736. He's very deceptively tanky with the Trinity Force and the Black Cleaver on the Viego.
Yeah, especially when you're able to go invulnerable in parts of fights as well. It's going to all come down to getting that first kill, and there's a lot of members for RTM to kill with that, so. Max chasing Topo down.
Yeah, big 1v1 between Max and Topo, and it looks like Max is going to get the non-decision victory up on the top side. They're able to get the pick onto Kitsuo. Now a lot of damage comes through onto Drakowski, but the health bar is just starting to melt as a little bit too aggressive on the dive from CCG. Oh my goodness, the feathers though from Zoro. He'll burn down, and Boy Wonder's the last one alive on the bottom side of the rift. Max found the kill on Topo. It's a cross-map ace for ROTM. What a fucking mess.
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it any better. RTM looked like they were going to absolutely dominate that fight, but some heroics there by Zoro, able to pick up a couple kills at the end, saves it from being a complete disaster, but Max able to pick up a kill onto Topo on the top side, and that tower is going to mean things go heavily in favor of RTM there. And
Max can't stick around for too much
Hex
longer. Oh, he's
gate.
got the Hex Gate. Oh, he's getting chased though. Kitsuo on pursuit. But
buddy?
Drakowski's already here. Max is melee range, but I don't know that he really wants to be there. He's going to get the knockback on Kitsuo. Oh, he got the kill! He's going to die for it. Now Boy Wonder is in just to try to save Drakowski. Crook drops the red carpet on top of Dragonman and Detro. He'll get knocked up by Topo, though. Crook is now in the Zanya's. The hook lands onto Drakowski because of the Zanya's Hourglass. And now it's starting to fall apart just a little bit. They're starting to regroup around Pup. It's just Pup and Boy Wonder v4. Topo still with about half of a health bar. Now about a quarter of a health bar after the little trade with Pup. He'll take the cask. Oh, they're just waiting around the corner, though. You can't walk up if you're Pup. And Zoro picks up his 11th kill of the game. And now the Baron in the eyes of CCG. It's Boy Wonder v4. Does he have enough to be able to stall this one out? Dragonman chasing him down. The teleport comes in from Max over the wall. They're just looking now to turn away and get the extra kill onto Boy Wonder, and they'll find that one. But they'll have to head back to base now. So it saves the Baron. The sacrifice of Boy Wonder not completely in vain. Max might have a little bit more to say about that one. The Shock Blast. Oh, he's got one! He's got two! He's on top of Kitsuo. I don't think he wins that one, though. But 2 shutdowns gathered by Max before he's eventually taken down by Kitsuo.
Did we tune into, are you sure that there wasn't like a Star Nemesis series today? I feel like it is just skirmish after skirmish, man. There is not a ton of thought. I feel like, honestly, Star Nemesis has more of a plan than either of these teams in this one, but
These guys have way too many hands for Star Nemesis, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Baron, they're kiting around to the back of Baron, which is not where you want to be when there's an AoE team coming in. 2,000 health to go on the Baron. It's smited away by Drakowski as he wins the 50-50. They get 2 kills. Zoro in trouble, has the Feather Storm. Good flash by Pape to keep himself alive. The shutdown goes to Kooky Crook, and somehow ROTM finds another teamfight win in a Baron.
I feel like the camera has not moved off of this Baron area for the last 5 minutes. There's been fight after fight around it, and RTM finally able to find the fight that secures them the Baron. So a nice play here.
Boy Wonder solo pushing mid lane by himself, you know?
And Puppe is online now, and that's scary for. I think mainly because there's so much melee and so much grouping. The Sivir is going to start shredding people, especially once this third item comes through.
Yeah, Crook gonna find Detro walking up just for a little bit of vision. He's using the defensive Nautilus abilities as he'll get smited by Drakowski for the kill. And now the Dragon alive, RTM zipping around it. They have all their Baron buffs, but not gonna use them for just the time being as they're gonna secure this Dragon for themselves. It's hard. I want to hype up Drakowski's smiting because he's been incredible at it, but you know that can turn on a dime if you say anything about it. So pretend I didn't. They're going to pick up Dragon Min on the back side of that and the second Dragon for themselves. That one felt a little unnecessary as CCG just gives over a little bit more gold.
I mean, there was not... I'm surprised there's 2 members of CCG on the opposite side of the map while RTM is pushing with Baron. Notably, not a big wave in this mid lane, but this next wave is coming in quickly. So Zoro's going to pick this up and have to base as fast as possible, but Max is running up there to try to make sure he cannot.
Yeah, Max even spotted out Kitsuo. They know that they can dive this one without Kitsuo, without Zoro. These are the only 2 people that really do damage, and somehow Max just wins the 1v1 against Zoro, and ROTM continues tearing through the middle of this base. Dragon Min, Kitsuo, Detro left to defend. It's 3v3 right now. RTM not going to go for the end. They're going to group up with Crook, take the Hex Gate back out to safety. That was a little aggressive. But mid lane inhibitor down, bot lane inhibitor turret under fire. Oh, Dragon Min with a little combo onto Pup as he finds the shutdown on the Sivir, and RTM not really with a huge amount of damage left. Drakowski starting to slowly burn through with this Demonic Embrace. Now the Equalizer comes back up as Crook is done overheating. He turns onto Detro and picks that one up. The Shock Blast for the second kill for Max. And RTM still continues to siege the base. Zoro and Kitsuo still up, and now the Ornhorn coming through gets the big knockup. Kitsuo can't really enter, but Zoro doing more than enough damage for both of them. Gets the shutdown onto Drakowski as they continue their way in. Max kiting back now into melee form as he runs away very speedily with his phase rush, and he's still looking for more. He finds the Shock Blast onto Zoro. That's every time I see him do anything, I'm just gritting my teeth, edge of my seat. Boy Wonder pushed in the mid wave by himself again.
Yeah, I think that's why we saw Max turn back there, just to try to delay more time, let the minions hit that mid lane turret, or the Nexus turrets a little bit. But yeah, it seems like RTM is starting to kind of break through the mental of CCG here. The last few fights have really turned up ROTM, and if it wasn't for bad pathing there by Puppe, I think we would have seen a potential end to this one, but CCG still in it here. Zoro mainly is the main character for CCG, and it's going to be on his back to
it feels like these core characters still very threatening though. Kitsuo, Dragon, Min, and Zoro all pretty strong. It's just Topo and Detro who've had a little bit of trouble, but honestly, like, they're tanks. That's fine. That happens. But yeah,
and there's quite a bit of time here until this next objective pops up. So I don't exactly know what these teams are going to do, but given time by themselves, I think we're going to see a fight, if I had to guess.
Yeah, Kitsuo on a flank. He's not spotted behind Max,
Mr.
looking for the solo kill. He's trying to zip away. He's going to get picked though. In comes the Equalizer just to try to delay, do any damage that he can. Crook finds a little Electro Harpoon onto Topo that does a reasonable amount of damage. They're finding them in these little choke points, and that's where the AoE from Sivir and Rumble really start to count. Boy Wonder and Drakowski low. They get popped though. Pup now kiting back away. Heals die to Zoro. Crook flashes in. He can't quite find the kill though. It's a double kill for Zoro as he'll continue chasing down. I don't think CCG will find any more, but maybe they can look for this Baron now in 48 seconds.
Yeah. I think RTM should be back alive to help defend it, but yeah, Max just playing a little too aggressive there. I don't know what he was thinking about going onto Topo. That guy was definitely not by himself in that mid lane, and gets in, gets punished, and RTM takes the 5v4 after that and not able to come out ahead, obviously. So CCG finding a great fight there. And now with these objectives spawning, some key flashes down, we'll have to see how these fights turn out.
Navori Quickblades turned into Flicker. Flicker, the Warn item. I kind of like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Baron started up though by CCG. In comes ROTM. This is where they want to fight you. Like you said, oh, the shock blast onto Zoro. That wasn't quite as thumping as I thought it was, but I still is enough to make sure that they're going to have to back off and get a little bit of healing done for Zoro.
Oh, Max has reached the break point where he can put 2 shock blasts through the gate in one gate.
Oh, that's impressive. He's got enough cooldown reduction. Crook waiting off on the side to try to stall out this engage. And comes the Ornhorn, just 2 knockups. The Equalizer doing a good job separating the fight. Baron goes over to ROTM, but can they win the fight afterwards? Low health bars across the board, but all of a sudden they explode as Puppe turns and gets so much damage down. Double kill for Pup, double kill for Crook, 1 extra for Drakowski, and ROTM gonna run it down mid after a 5-for-0 ace.
Yeah, Zoro trying to do as much as he could in that one, but a kind of unexpected ace. A lot of low health bars for RTM there. I thought at least some of them would die, but everyone ends up living in a big fight. RTM gonna end it kind of like they ended last game. It was just a big fight that ended it kind of unsurprising. So, oh, Inhibitor's gonna respawn?
Oh,
Some dramatic
surrender.
Oh. Well,
it wouldn't have been dramatic, I don't think. They're already down to half, but it's 2-0 for Return of the Middlesticks. They're on match point now as we head into game 3. Back and forth both games. A little bit of heart attacks had everywhere, but we're vibing. Game 3 in just a couple minutes. You can add something. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh no, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Give you an outro.
You gave me the clean segue. I'll take it.
You gotta be worried about those clean segues, though. They killed the guy that invented the segue.
Dirty segues are safer? Is that what you're saying?
I just think segues in general. I'm gonna try to shove some food in my face real quick. I'll be here.
We're gonna be blue side this game.
here. I'm here. I'm both happy they're going as fast as they are, and sad that I got to eat one chicken strip.
Well, maybe you can take a little break in between, and I'll break some things down while get another chicken strip in.
Did you get the draft link?
I did.
Okay. Well, we're into draft for game number 3. Rodham on the blue side, up 2-0. CCG looking to shake things up, has chosen red. And Rodham going to first pick Rel after some pretty similar bans. The Zaya now going to be taken away by them.
Yeah, with blue side, I think they have a little bit more flexibility than they did on red. Gonna see Poppy banned away to protect this Rel first pick, and then also the Zaya, I think it does really well into Rel as well. So both those bans made with the Rel in mind, RTM heavily favoring that. CCG here. Anyway, the Rumble, thinking that was a problem last game, have kept the Ziggs ban consistent as well, so. Gragas flex early.
Sorry, anyone watching on stream, I got an invite for some reason. So, that was my client, not yours.
I love when I watch YouTube videos now. I always appreciate it when the editor like throws in like his Discord or like does a Discord emoji, so I can relax and not have to check my Discord if I'm watching like a stream or something. Vayne gonna be the answer to the Rel. Interesting enough here.
Yeah, it seems like CCG are saying if we're going to go out here in game 3, we're going to go out on our own terms. We're playing Gragas Vayne. Our team going to lock in Twitch. All right.
Well, that's spicy. New pick for Puppe there.
Yeah, I have no idea what to expect with the rest of the draft now. We're kind of off the rails. That's Max's Talia, probably.
Most certainly.
Do they know that it's Dragonman's Gragas again? Because that could be a three-way or 4-way flags.
Right. But Jarvan is still going to be good in Talia, so I think you'll take that.
Yeah, Jarvan for Kitsuo, probably. I don't know what to even suggest. You're trying to ban top laners and junglers now? But I think Drakowski could just play Rel. I think he's been playing that. So who really knows at this point? Olaf gone, taken away from Crook. I think Crook's trying to hold out for a counter pick, but I don't know that he's going to get one this game.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised. All the top laners going to come flying off the shelf here. We're not going to see Ord in this game, so it's going to be a big switch up of champions from what we've seen in past games. I mean, we've already got 4 unique ones in the series.
Yeah, Jace taken away. That one could be a flex between Crook and Max, so. One last ban. I don't know that it'll illuminate too much exactly, but. Malphite. The Shard of the Monolith has been acknowledged. Firelight can rest easy. Maokai locked in for CCG.
Interesting.
I don't know what that's all about just yet. I would assume that that's Maokai's support with Jarvan jungle, but you could play Jarvan top, I guess. Trundle feels like you get a little bit of value here if you're Drakowski. I don't know, man. This one's a little wild. I'm done trying to guess. Fiora Why not? This just is a solo queue team comp at this point. You kind of want a tank or some initiation to round it out to go in with your Rel.
I like
Sejuani
this
fits that
pickup.
bill. Yeah.
Yep.
If we're still trying to do that, if we're interested in just 1-3-1ing the whole game with Twitch and Fiora, which also valid, you still kind of want a strong fighter, which would be Vi.
Interesting.
That seems to me now like Rotom are not going to win a team fight ever.
I'm still curious to see where all these picks are gonna.
These are all mid
And,
laners. You can't fool me.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's gonna be Maokai support. We could see
I think
Jarvan support.
Vayne
Let's
Gragas
see.
seems fine.
Yeah.
Syndra's locked in.
I would guess it's gonna be Maokai support. I think it deals with Rel probably the best of the champs. Gragas also pretty decent, but
Yeah, Maokai I think deals pretty well with Twitch individually as well.
yeah. Regardless, I think Fiora is a pretty decent pick into what they had already shown, knowing that you're probably going to go against Gragas or Maokai in that top lane. And Crook has looked really, really good on Fiora in his showings on it, so definitely proficient enough to play the Fiora, which is always the question when you see that pick locked in. But I do like the Syndra pickup. I think very nice for being able to eliminate at least one target for RTM. Again, a lot of squishy members. And there's a lot of tank to fight through here, which is both a scary and interesting position for this one. So
We're currently not into second draft because their production is just sitting on our team and it's not moving. Alright, I've resolved some of my hunger. We can focus on the game. I think we lost lane, but that's okay.
I'm here.
Oh. Well, what do you think about throwing everything out the window for game 3?
It's definitely interesting.
That's a word for it. Sure.
I mean, the side switched up. A lot of champions switched up. I think RTM probably would have been better served by the Sejuani, but I also understand like wanting to have some lockdown onto this Vayne. It's probably going to go Ghost. Going to be hard to deal with. Out of lane, so.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I mean, I understand from your trailing 0-2 perspective to just kind of throw stuff out, but they also kind of settled on the same team comp that they had last game. Like,
Yeah.
they're a little bit tankier, but it's still a lot of melee. It's 3 threats. It's very, like, it plays the same way almost. It's just kind of, we wanted different champions to refresh it. RTM though, you don't really team fight. Like, you can if you're way ahead, but
Yeah.
this is almost just a traditional 1-3-1 draft, but your Twitch is one of the side lanes, right?
I guess. I mean, I also think Talia could. Talia has, you know, the ultimate use. You're able to get the wall,
True.
kind of join that fight. But I also think Talia just has a ton of value in this draft. I mean, you've got 4 champions that you're able to stun with your rocks there. So, I think it was a great pickup that Talia early, and CCG kept drafting into it as well. So.
Oh, I have everything flipped. Where's my production staff? They're fired.
Yeah, the draft. That's the chicken strip difference right there.
True.
The price we pay to eat, you know.
Never working with this production again. I mean, their production got kicked out of the lobby, so I'm doing better than them at least. It's a high bar now.
Looks like we
Yeah, 3
have
minutes
hit
now.
the
Yeah, we
champ
are,
select timer.
we're right there. This could potentially be the last game of the night, so let's look ahead very briefly. If RTM wins, if Premier wins, they'll play Friday night. And also Friday night will be Star Nemesis again. So that's fun.
Yeah, a lot of RTM this week.
No game Saturday though. It's just sad now.
Yeah, definitely so. But a lot of good action for NACL this weekend. I mean, they're already in semifinals, and then we'll have finals on Sunday. So, if you were following our run and were interested in the rest of the NACL teams, be sure to check them out this weekend.
Yeah. A lot of really good teams still left to try to make the next step, if they can, into NACL proper. So that'll be exciting. You have LCS playoffs. I think you still have another week before LEC playoffs, though, which is bizarre.
Yeah,
I think it's
LEC
weird, like-
format has been a lot to wrap my head around this year. I feel like I'm very lost on like what's happening every time I go look at them.
That's what I think is weird. LPL's just done. Like,
Right.
they have decided 3 of their 4 teams already.
They have the
And-
gauntlet still, right?
And no, they're in the like they're on the last
Right.
stage of the gauntlet. It's Weibo versus EDG for the last spot at Worlds.
Wow, they're on
but-
the last stage of it already. That's
But yeah, BLG, JDG, BLG, LNG are locked, and then yeah, they're on literally the last game. I think it's tomorrow or tonight, or like it's very soon. But then like LCK hasn't even started their split playoffs yet. LEC finished their split playoffs, but they have their season finals next week. LCS is on their way to being done. Like, they have this weekend, and then next weekend is Newark. And then we'll have decided our
wild.
teams. Like, we've already qualified 2 teams for Worlds. It's C9 and Energy.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, everything is very staggered compared to how I remember it being. But like, it used to feel like all the finals were on the same weekend, and then like after that was all the regionals. But it seems way more staggered than normal.
Right.
We're loading into game. Hello? Oh, there we go. I must have been pushing another button. There we go. On to the Rift for game number 3. RTM on the blue side this time. A little bit of a surprise. And CCG now on the red.
Welcome to Summoner's
Everything changing up in this last game.
Yeah, a lot of weird picks that we haven't seen either in a while or at all. Like, we haven't seen Maxis Talia in a minute. We haven't seen Drakowski on Vi in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Vi has been
I feel like that first
firmly
qualifier, that
out.
was all he played. He's going to walk into Dragonman and Kitsuo. Oh, no. This is not how you want to start. Oh, a lot of flashes. I guess it was only 2. It was Drakowski's and Topo's. They're still chasing him. Do they have the damage? He's got his Q charged up. They're going to recollapse and look for Detro, though. The recollapsing ROTM team. Now, can they get onto Detro? They get first blood. They'll hand that one
Detro
over
just didn't
to
flash.
Max. Yeah, he was holding his flash for game 4.
I feel like he
guess.
got close enough to the tower, it would have been fine, but now
Crash down
Oh,
from
no,
Boy Wonder.
Zoro.
They're trying to chase Zoro. He's ignited. He's burning from the Twitch poison, but they're just going to be able to head back to bottom lane. Max did not get to go back to base, so his kill advantage has not turned into a gold advantage just yet.
yeah, a lot of low health bars, a lot of exchanges here early. I feel like this entire series has just been one long extended team fight.
Pup looking aggressively for Zoro, but gets flash E'd on. Zoro now has to flash away from Boy Wonder. Pup just trying to stand his ground and get some damage down onto Detro, but that trade actually goes a little bit poorly for ROTM because Detro still had all of his summoners up. Maybe that was the big 5-head play. Pup now looking for an angle in. Crook hits level 2 in the top lane. Zoro is so low, but he's able to kite back into the bush. Boy Wonder, can he get the knockback? He does get into range and finds the auto for the solo kill. And
I was
now,
waiting for that W cooldown to come back up, but I don't think it's going to get there in time. Oh, it is.
yeah, he's got the knock up onto Detro, the
Thematic
pulverize,
pause.
not the pulverize, the belly slam from Detro. Just help him get out. And Boy Wonder is taking a lot of minions. He's got to be careful about his health bar here.
I
Meanwhile,
really like looking across the CS, and there's 2 for Vayne and only 6 for Puppe, so
Yeah.
rather funny how this early game has gone, but Jarvan is getting called down here.
yeah, Pup is going to go stealth, and he's should be able to get out.
Oh,
Good
no way.
stuns from Kitsuo, or from
Okay.
Boy Wonder, yeah. Crook with a little dive onto Topo in the top lane. It's just going to force his own flash. I don't know exactly what's going on in this game. Oh, he still got hit by that sapling. That's a little unfortunate. Pup needs to stand in Fountain for just a little bit longer. He's not full health yet.
The sides have changed, the champs have changed, but the amount of aggression we have seen has not changed between these 2 teams.
Yeah, these guys are particularly bloodthirsty, it seems like. There's no stable, no LCK play here. We're all LPL banging heads together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like. That's the spirit of the original Rodham has come through in this squad, which I appreciate.
The Tendies teams.
The Tendies teams, if you weren't fighting, you weren't trying. Detro now going to get caught a little bit. Oh, a good condemn, though, from Zoro, and now turns a little bit of damage back down onto Pup. He's got to go stealth mode, and he'll be able to get out. Meanwhile, Kitsuo is helping to shove in mid. He's taking a lot of damage from Max, but he's racking up some CS. He's actually got a lead on Drakowski, which is the first early game CS lead that we've seen him been able to acquire. That was a
Yeah, and Zoro has really had a pretty decent series. I know the games haven't gone the way, but Zoro's been playing quite excellent, I think.
Yeah, Zoro and Kitsuo in particular have had really stellar series. Dragonman's done fine. It's hard to see where it's all exactly fallen apart for CCG. It's just been in the margins, it feels like.
Yeah, there's so much action just going on all the time. It's hard to like analyze exactly where it goes wrong. Maybe a couple fights you didn't need to take would be the only thing, but Max has roamed down here to bot lane.
Yeah. Max roams down, but it's not going to be able to find anything as he
A lot
gets
of
spotted
wards.
on the ward. Yeah, good ward coverage from Zoro and Detro. Crook doing a good job. He's got a 17 CS lead already, and he's just continuing to find good trades into Topo every time that we look up here.
Yeah, Crook has done a great job of getting those CS leads early. I mean, Topo has been on champions that are supposed to get punished by what Crook is playing, so I don't think Topo's done a pretty good job of playing hard matchups and playing the weak side.
Yeah, not a
But,
referendum on Topo by any means. Just
Yeah.
Crook doing what he needs
The
to
way
do.
the matchups have gone.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon secured by Drakowski at some point recently, but Kitsuo and Dragonmin are headed down to the bottom lane right now. Kitsuo gets spotted on a ward. Dragonmin gonna get a deep ward down by that red buff. Boy Wonder, his ADC isn't there.
Yeah, Puppet got the back off.
Yeah, I don't.
Looks like Boy
he's
Wonder's gonna
really,
try to hold this bot wave.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
really posturing forward now. Level 6 hit in the top lane. Crook, does he have it? Oh, he's got 3 vitals that quickly. Topo low underneath the tower, but I don't think Crook will be able to get that 4th vital. Boy Wonder is still just... Oh.
You just can't believe Kitsuo would sit in this bush and for that long. Crook's gonna try, I think, to find this kill if he can.
Yeah, at some point, his thirst is going to get the better of him, and we'll have to see if Topo.
Calling Max up.
He's got the healing from his passive, which could make this difficult. Weaver's Wall comes in. Topo in with the flash W. Do they actually have the damage now? This is... nothing's really happened thus far. It's 1 plate for Crook, and it looks like that's going to be everything. Boy Wonder looks for a little engage onto Detro. I think this is just some trading. Ooh, a lot of trading. Good damage on the
chunk here.
expunge from Pup.
I mean, even if that roam from Max didn't net a kill, it did net some more CS differential for Cookie Crook, so I didn't mind it. Wave was shoved in mid, so not really losing anything there.
Yeah, and
for
he
that
picked up
Roma.
a couple of CS as well, so it's pretty whatever. Kind of sucks that you don't get a kill on your first Weaver's Wall. They'll get the flash on Kitsuo in exchange for the Assault and Battery. Meanwhile, Boy Wonder finds his moment. Puppe is only level 5. He's got the cleanse away from the Ignite. Zoro is low, but the final hour can't keep him safe. And now Pup gonna go stealth. Detro gets pulled in by the Magnet Storm. The crash down isn't enough as Detro has the flash away for the auto attack kill. Now Crook in a little bit of trouble as he gets unleashed upon, but they can see Drakowski over the wall on a ward, so they know not to go any further on that trade.
Yeah, and Puppe almost survived that bot lane trade. Vayne ticked 6 right as that started. I think if that hadn't happened, it would have been a cleaner kill for sure, but Detro had just enough mana to get the enhanced auto attack and finish Pup off there.
Yeah, Zoro has a pretty significant CS lead actually on Pup right now, so something to keep an eye on. Good flip back from Max. Dragonmin doesn't have ult after using it on Crook, so I have to keep an eye on that. Kitsuo
I don't think our team
hanging out.
can do
In
this.
comes the force or the Nature's Grasp, and immediately a pause as the fight is starting. That's not when you pause. I guess I flip it over to a pause screen. That's an illegal pause. Well, now RTM gets a little bit to think about what's going to happen after this engage. Oh, it's Ard immediately. So now we'll flip it back. Cool.
I'm gonna take a peek at the rulebook really quick. Not that I think I want to do anything about it, but
Yeah, I don't I don't know why you would do anything about it necessarily. It just kind of is in bad taste to pause right there. Like, I'll call out our players when they do that shit too, because we do that. Kitsuo completes his EQ, not going to find entrance, but he'll throw down the Jarvan Jacuzzi immediately. They had a long time to think about that, and it's going to be a good fight for CCG. Crook gets some vitals proc. Max is trying to walk his way through onto Dragon Min, but he just doesn't quite have the damage. Shelly resets. It's a good flip back. The cask from, or the barrel from Detro finds a little bit of damage. Topo, the sapling onto Max is going to be enough to track him down.
Not quite.
Not quite. Meanwhile, Pup and Boy Wonder get a tower play.
Yeah. I understand Zoro wanting to pause there too, because it is a 2v1 scenario, and Puppe is going to be able to pick up quite a bit here.
Final hour, that's a little risky. Kitsuo's on the way. The blast cone out to safety from Boy Wonder as he'll take a little Silver Bolt proc.
Yeah, RTM getting a little bit separated there, a little spooky. The Vayne ulting. But make it out unscathed, and 3 tower plates richer as well, so.
Yeah, now
RTM,
Drakowski and Crook just returned to the scene of the crime, where they're going to take care of the Rift Herald. Looks like uncontested, because Kitsuo had reset to bottom.
Yeah, trying to protect the ADC there. Everything whiffing from both mid laners.
Yep, the big rock was the only thing that found home. You know, you just throw another one occasionally. Oh, the Hex Flash directly onto Kitsuo. They're looking for him, pull him away from the flag. Oh, just couldn't quite pull him far enough. I like the look. Detro is hanging around in the tri-bush. You don't want to walk too far forward. Pup is going to secure his own red, it looks like. And that should be everything there.
Believe so here. Boy Wonder. Spooky. The dragon is started for RTM. They have got it about half health here, so they're not in a great position to, I think, finish this, though.
Yeah, a little bit careful. The knock up, the knock back, and it's a lot of damage from Max. Does he have it? Oh, the dragon almost kills Detro, but it isn't quite a... Actually, he did die. What? Oh, Dragon Min died? I have no idea what's going on. I took a second to look at Twitch chat, and Detro now in a little bit of trouble. Zoro just trying to find that last couple of autos. The unpause pause. Pup can't quite get around the corner. Boy Wonder gets the auto attack trade onto Detro, but he's going to fall to Zoro. The OP Vayne passive helps him chase down.
Yeah, big advantage there. Zoro coming out quite ahead on that one. 2 kills. Gonna have the shutdown as well, so I think RTM just took that one a little bit too hastily, and the grouping there and great target selection of shutting down Drakowski before he was able to do anything was great there. Max finding a nice knock up here.
Yeah, they'll
easy kill.
Beat around Dragon Min, and Max will finish off the kill. 8-7, about 1,000 gold lead right now for RTM.
Yeah, I think that's a combo they could look to utilize a little bit more here. Drakowski, his ultimate guaranteeing that Max lands his full combo as well, so pretty guaranteed damage there, and a lot of damage that could probably lead to an eventual kill, if not a one-shot.
Yeah, RTM going to take advantage of that and start up the dragon. Detro just going to poke his head in and see. Yeah, they're doing the dragon. I'll go ahead and back off for now. Understand.
That's like, you know, you walk into a roommate with their pants down or something, and you're just like, oh, nope, I'm good. You just walk back out.
Yeah, Kitsuo and Dragon Min looking for a kill on Max. This is the reverse of what had just happened. Max gets a nice knockback away, but Unleashed Power is enough damage for Dragon Min to secure that kill. And everything continues the way that it was. Boy Wonder now trying to find a little engage, but a lot of defensive abilities available for CCG as the cask used just to knock Pup and Boy Wonder away. The Rift Herald will go in and take care of that tower, but in comes Kitsuo to make this a 3v3. Puppe has flash, has cleanse if he needs it. Some teleports coming in. Big magnet storm. It's Very awkward. Boy Wonder is just kind of pulled into a weird spot on the wall. Topo is in. They can't quite find the damage. It's so much, though, from Pup as it's starting to stack up. Crook now dashes back forward. They'll find one kill onto the Gragas to start everything off. Now looking for a little bit more. Do they have the slows? Drakowski can't quite find Zoro, but now he has the Assault and Battery, and they'll get the shutdown onto Pup. Kitsuo at flag and drags back through. Kitsuo so low, and Drakowski chases him down with the Q. Max finishes off another kill in the meantime, and it's 4 for 1 across the map. Well, I guess not across the map. In the bottom lane for return to the Middlesticks.
Yeah, nice couple pickups there. A big shutdown that goes into Puppey's pocket onto the Vayne, and the TP in from Crook, so clutch there to make sure it goes RTM's way. Got about a 2k gold lead for RTM as we look towards the second Rift Herald. It's going to be up here in a little
Pup
bit.
and Boy Wonder looking for a kill onto Dragon Min, and they're going to find that. And now a little extra skirmish. Some mid-jungle versus bottom lane action. Max doing so much damage, gets the foot back, and he'll find the kill onto Detro. Boy Wonder dashes on through. Pup is going to just walk into Zoro, look for a 1v1 that turns into a 1v2 as Max is able to arrive. And now flip back onto Topo. Boy Wonder dives underneath the turret. Kitsuo's there to try to turn this one around. The Magnet Storm just a little feeble in that attempt. Pup, not quite the damage that you're looking at to really stack up. Max can't quite find his mark with the Unraveled Earth, and what did he take that damage from? Was that a tower shot? That was weird.
I'm not quite sure here. Topo trying to find something? No. The ult almost coming up. That was pretty scary for both the RTM carries.
Yeah, a lot of pings on Syndra alive. They were able to spot Dragon Min walking back in, and RTM now with a 4,000 gold lead. Well,
Not a lot to worry about here. This second Rift Herald gonna be started up by RTM. Puppey is alone in the mid lane. This could be spooky.
yeah, Pup,
Good
good flash away from the cask of Detro.
More of
Herald's-
a reaction flash than anything else.
Yeah, Rift Herald going to be smited by Drakowski. He's in a little bit of trouble, though. Can't even pick up the eye. It doesn't look like it. Max has to flash over the wall, and CCG
Oh boy.
finds... Well, actually, Puppey just tears through. He'll find 2 kills. They're looking for 3. Detro low. Dragon Min also low. Boy Wonder trying to chase him down. Do they have anything left? Topo, meanwhile, is in onto Max, just starting to beat him up a little bit. Topo... There's so many things happening. Topo is so low. And he'll find a kill.
Easy pickup there for RTM.
And another pause.
Max doing a lot in this one, and Puppey also getting a great ultimate off of a Boy Wonder's engage. Oh no.
Yeah, looking for it. Detro pretty low. Pup just gets shut down by Dragon Min. Now Kitsuo able to turn and look for Max. It's a lot of damage coming out. He gets the shield from the Archangel staff, but he finds the burn damage actually onto Zoro. Meanwhile, Drakowski is just trying to finish off the dragon. He doesn't get the smite. That's the first time I think I've ever seen Drakowski miss a smite, but Kitsuo finishes it off. Meanwhile, Crook in the top lane takes down a tower. We continue at about a 4,000 gold lead for ROTM.
Yeah, RTM at least getting something on the cross map there, but CCG doing a good job picking up the Drake, winning the 50-50 as well.
Well, 20 to 14 in kills. Still, again, about a 4,000 gold lead. They have the one dragon advantage, but CCG has found a couple of good plays recently to try to swing the game back in their favor. Boy Wonder looking to try to drag Kitsuo back, but there's just not the damage yet to come through. Kitsuo now drops the Jarvan Jacuzzi. Drakowski finds the damage to finish that one off.
Boy.
Oh boy, Puppe starting to really stack it up, but he'll get pulled into tower range and fall himself. Zoro really low, but one more rock from Max finishes that off. And now Drakowski trying to dive under tower, but he's just tanked up too much of the tower. The Unleashed Power finishes that kill off, and now Max left to try to scrap it out. Dragonman low has the stopwatch available, but that should just set him up for certain demise from Max as he times that beautifully. It's a double kill for Max, and meanwhile Crook... oh no! Crook gets executed by the tower in the bottom lane.
Just a bit too much there. The 4v5 in the mid lane went well for RTM, and Crook thought he was going to get himself another tower on the back of it, but not quite able to find it. And yeah, these teams continuing to just brawl and brawl and brawl.
Yeah, little knockback onto Detro as Max and Boy Wonder trying to take a 2v3 and successfully doing so as they finish off Detro for the 7th time this game. Puppe, meanwhile, has gotten to within melee range of Zoro, and that doesn't bode exactly well for the Vayne at that point. And now Max, Pup, Boy Wonder, and Drakowski head to the Baron.
And there it is. Puppe has hit the break point where you can just show up invisible and kill your selected target. Kitsuo in a good spot here to look for a steal, though.
Oh, Boy Wonder not quite able to find any CC that he needed. Crook looking for the ultimate CC of death. Oh, the smite is just good. Kitsuo panicked, I think, a little bit with the early smite, and then Drakowski capitalized on that one. Now Dragon Min just throws the Unleashed Power. Oh, it has enough damage! The last one executes Puppe. It's going a little bit wrong for RTM there, but they'll finish that one off. Crook able to dance away from Maokai, but with Gragas and Vayne there as well. Detro and Zoro trying to close. Zoro tumbling forward, gets the pin into the wall, but he's surprisingly nimble with a little bit of tenacity from the Mercury Treads. This one might be a little bit more than they can chew. Never mind. Max just is actually doing so much damage. It's a double kill for Boy Wonder, because why not? He's got 5 kills on the Rel. Max gets thrown into the jacuzzi, and it's a little too hot for him as Kitsuo picks up a kill. And now Boy Wonder and Drakowski just scrap away with Detro. Cook is finally here, layering in a couple of autos, but Dragonmin has come back to join the fray. Do they have enough damage to finish off Detro under tower? It doesn't look like it. Boy Wonder is very stuck. He's got nowhere to go other than through towers. He's trying to get Detro to come to the wall so that Crook can finish it off.
Oh.
Good sidestep.
Is that flash?
Yeah, he doesn't have any flash. Crook, though, might have enough. Good knockback from Dragonmin. Crook able
parry.
to repost it. Doesn't have enough, though. The Q from Dragonmin as Puppe continues his assault on this mid lane tower.
It is just fight after fight after fight, non-stop. I'm sure you're a little relieved that it's trending towards a 3-game series, because
Oh, Max going to get stunned. That doesn't bode well for him. The flip back, he just doesn't quite have enough damage to finish off Zoro. Meanwhile, Puppe flashes through. He'll finish 1, but not 2. They'll get the tower. That's not a good trade for ROTM. Maybe the first one that we can definitively say isn't a good trade for them is Drakowski just dashes away with his Assault and Battery. Or with his Vault Breaker.
but I don't think they'll really be able to contest this Drake. I mean, Drakowski could look for a steal. I don't think it's super necessary for him to. But it is going to be an objective bounty for
50-50, let's go in the chat from Drakowski. He's looking for it. He's on top of a ward, though. I don't think this goes well for him. He's going to walk into the pit. There's still 4,000 health left. He's feeling a little happy. Now he's got the stopwatch, it looks like. 3,000 health. Has the Assault and Battery through. Trying to find Zoro, but it's just not there. He'll get the shutdown. And the Dragon should finally go to CCG.
Yeah, so much for the 50-50. CCG not interested in letting that be a 50-50, so they go for the 100-0.
Yeah, completely fair play to them. And the game continues as it has. It's back to about an 8,000 gold lead for ROTM, which is a little bit less than it was. Objective bounties up for CCG if they can start to claim some of these. The Dragon was a nice little influx of gold. There's a lot of towers available if they're able to push anywhere. And Zoro, he's on 2 items right now. I think you're really looking for that third one in order for us to definitively say that CCG is back in it.
Boy Wonder?
Boy Wonder. They're playing very tentatively. In comes Max. He'll just get the flip. They'll take down Kitsuo. He'll just put Puppe in the jacuzzi so that he can't get out for the time being. Now the re-engaged Drakowski looking for the Syndra. The flip back from Max. Oh, it's well Zanya's though. Dragonman's still alive. Topo low. There's a lot of exploding health bars as Crook is finally able to find range. And ROTM are going to run it down mid. It's a triple kill for Kooky Crook and an ace for Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, Boy Wonder doing a great job baiting there, and that is going to be the game, and that is going to be the series for RTM as well. They'll be advancing 3-0 here.
Yeah, gotta keep an eye on some of these health bars. Kitsuo's up in 2, Detro up in under 10, so they do need to focus on this tower. Well, maybe not. They're just gonna blow up Kitsuo again and get another ace.
Well,
now they need another minion wave. This is getting into a little bit of risky territory if they can't just chain kill. They're very confident just staying here. No teleport, of course, for Puppe or Drakowski, so the game continues for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I definitely spoke a little bit too soon there, but yeah, everything trending up here for RTM. That mid lane inhibitor and one of the towers going down. See if Crook can outplay this 2v1.
Yeah, Crook onto Detro. 1, 2, 3, and 4 vitals. Now starting to heal up. He's got Drakowski in his back pocket as they'll turn onto the Syndra. Good riposte. 1 kill and 2 for Fiora. Now Topo looking for Puppe, but that's a little bit of a mismatch fight. Max just swoops in for the kill with the Weaver's Wall. And it's Zoro and Kitsuo, the dynamic duo for CCG, left to try to defend. Jacuzzi just to get some time. Drakowski stuck under tower. He's able to survive just barely. Kitsuo survives with his Golden Aegis shield, but Zoro does not. And now the towers start to fall. Inhibitor is going to die. Nexus Tower is going to die. And ROTM is going to win 3-0 and advance to play on Friday night.
Get a little bit extra there as well.
Yeah. Get the extra kill. Why not? It was a bloody series. It was a close series for the first 2 games. The third one, a little bit of a snowball, though, for ROTM, and they'll advance 3-0. That's all I've really got to say.
I wouldn't venture to say it was an easy 3-0, but a lot of fighting definitely kept us entertained here. And nice series. Nice to see our team advancing to the semifinals of the lower bracket, and that game will be on Friday.
Yep, and to find out who they're playing, we're going to go raid Aegis and go say hi to them. So that'll do it for us. We'll see you Friday night for some casting of some variety. I don't know if we'll have this game, the ACL game, or if we'll have Star Nemesis, but we'll have some League of Legends. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys.